The skill is dribbling a basketball. Our individual is at intermediate level. The goal is to improve dribbling skills to get past through a defender in a game. Our critical factors are hand-eye coordination, abduction-adduction of shoulders, flexion and extension of triceps, minimum amount of force on the ball to bounce back up, push at the ball with fingers rather than your palm. Our flexible factors are posture, angling of lower back, wider or narrow stance of feet, and control variability of force applied on the ball.
So on our first drill, I'm going to have you dribble 10 times each, two variations, high and low. For high, you're supposed to pretend like you're petting a big dog, this way, 10 times. While for the low, you're pretending you're petting a small dog.
Right hand, left hand?
Right hand, left hand.
This drill is done 10 times each for 3 sets. It is classified as block practice with body stability, stationary regulatory conditions, no inner trial variability, and object manipulation. There is little to none contextual interference.
For this one, we're going to pretend like we're petting our dog between our legs. So we're going to be switching from right to left through the legs 10 times, and from left to right 10 times.
This drill is done 10 times each for 3 sets. It is classified as block practice with body stability, stationary regulatory conditions, no inner trial variability, and object manipulation. There is little to none contextual interference.
Is there any way I can do this better?
My advice is you should be pounding the ball a little bit harder in order to keep it.
Augmented feedback is self-controlled for the individual.
For this one, I'm going to have you dribble it from behind the back 10 to 15 times, okay?
This drill is done 10 times each for 3 sets. It is classified as block practice with body stability, stationary regulatory conditions, no inner trial variability, and object manipulation. There is little to none contextual interference.
Okay, on our second drill, I'm going to have you cross over at each cones all the way through. Coming back, we're going to have you dribble it between the legs at each cones all the way through. And last, for our final move, I'm going to have you dribble it behind the back all the way through at each cones. But I'm going to have you pretending that there's a dodgeball being thrown at you, and you're going to have to pretend that you're going to be dodging it. Shifting to each side, okay?
I'm gonna go cross?
Yes, sir.
This drill is done for 5 sets. It is classified as serial practice with body transport, stationary regulatory conditions, no inner trial variability, and object manipulation. There is moderate contextual interference.
I thought I didn't do as well, and do you have any tips that I could do?
Okay. So, I'm going to have you do it from left to right, in front of the cone, instead of what you were doing behind it. Then go to the next one, from right to left, also in front of the cone. Next one, left to right.
Augmented feedback is self-controlled for the individual during the behind-the-back portion of the drill.
Okay, for this last drill, I'm gonna have you dribbling random moves, okay? But this time, I'm gonna be guarding you and trying to take the ball away from you. You're gonna be pretending like we're in a fast break situation and it's a clutch situation for you in game time, okay?
This drill is done for 5 successful sets. It is classified as random practice with body transport, in-motion regulatory conditions, inner trial variability, and object manipulation. There is high contextual interference.
So I feel like I could have done better on that last drill. Is there anything I could have done different?
So what you can do different is don't let the defender throw you off. You just have to keep a good composure, okay?
After each set, the individual will be given a small break in order to think about his performance and to apply any advice if given. The odd-minute feedback is self-controlled since he is an intermediate level player and the advice given is prescriptive KP. The self-controlled feedback allows for the individual to first figure out what he feels he is doing wrong and allow for discovery learning and then seek advice. We can assess learning through the performance in the drills and the amount of error he makes. If a lot of errors are being made, prescriptive KP may be given, followed by a break, and then another set to see if he improved in the following set.